Welcome to Season 3 of Two Porches and a Pour, and I'm here today with my guest co-host for this season, Amy Sadler of Amy Sadler Designs. How you doing, Amy?
I'm good. I can't believe it's season 3
I
already.
know, can you believe it?
It's just we're talking about doing it, and then you started it, and now it's season 3 already.
Yeah, we started at the beginning of the year, so
That's
coming up on it.
so fun too.
Yeah. So I haven't talked to you since we were together at our bloggers besties at the amazing home of Miss Wendy.
Oh my gosh, wasn't it incredible?
It was crazy. I want to talk to you about something.
Tell me.
You, young lady who hardly touched alcohol in her life before, drank champagne with us all night, every night of our trip.
I was a trooper.
And I don't know whether to say to you that I'm proud of you or that I'm concerned about you.
I have a funny story about drinking because I don't drink, and not because I just have never really found a drink that I like. So it just, I prefer tea or water or whatever. When I get around my husband and I think I'm being funny, I'll say, I want to start drinking. Out of the blue, because I think I'm hilarious, And so when I called him from Wendy's that first night of our champagne tasting, I'm like, guess what? I started drinking. So.
And you said he was proud of you.
Yeah, he was like, all right. So, yeah, it was kind of funny. Well, and I started on champagne, and I have literally had, what do we have, 15?
We had 3 the first 3 or 4 nights. We had 3 bottles, and then we had 2 bottles for the last 2 nights. So a lot.
The best champagnes that there are in the market.
I know. Your first drinking experience, and you're drinking $500 bottles of champagne.
I know.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes. So, which means I obviously have to stop drinking now because a bottle won't work.
Yeah, and the stuff at Costco, I don't think will cut the mustard.
No. I've had the good stuff.
Yeah.
Never start with the good stuff.
Well, did you like champagne? I mean, did you feel like you liked it?
There were some I enjoyed and some I did not enjoy.
I agree. And you know what's funny? The one that I liked the best was the one that I think was the most reasonably priced one. And we had both that brand in a Blanc or white and a rosé, and I liked that one the best.
What was it?
Gosh, I can't remember the name. Started with a C, I thought. We'll have to figure it out and put it in the show notes, but because that one was my favorite. But I don't know what that says about me that I was okay with the cheapest champagne we drank.
Good taste. I liked one in particular I liked the one that was the smoothest going down. I have this weird thing about, like, even water, bottled water, I feel like it tastes different, and there's, like, sharpness and crispness and smoothness, and so I like smooth water. I know that's so weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
But there was a smooth champagne that I really liked. That was my favorite, but I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
Maybe Tuesday or Wednesday.
We'll have to get Diane. Diane was keeping track, so we'll have to get her to make a list.
It had a citrusy flavor to it. Like I could taste some type of citrus in it. So
yeah, they were all so different. That was what was amazing to me, that they were all so different. But we also got a history lesson. We learned more about champagne than we ever dreamed we would learn.
Some history of champagne, just because I lived in Europe and I love France and I, read about things, but not every not everything Mark taught us
Yeah.
and told us
Right.
about.
Right.
Fantastic. I love that stuff. I geek out on the history stuff.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that you don't have a little flute of champagne in your hand every night when you turn on some French movie that you're watching at the end of the day.
I'm going to start, but then I got some $12.99 bottle on my budget.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, even at $12.99, you have a sip and then by the end of the week it doesn't taste the same. So it's
Or is it like soda where it goes flat?
yeah,
The bubbles
it goes flat. It starts every day. It tastes different, just like every pour.
every pour is different. This is weird.
That was weird. I didn't know that about champagnes. That was new to
I
me.
didn't get it either, but the second, so we would get one glass and drink it, and then the second pour we would finish we would all finish
Yeah.
the 3 bottles. 7 of us.
Right, right. And if you, I mean, we had 3 bottles of champagne between 7 people, so it's not even a half a bottle of champagne in reality.
I never felt even tipsy.
Me neither. Me neither.
He kept me pretty small, pretty light.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
but
the night that after we got done drinking champagne and I drank a big glass of wine, I couldn't even speak.
see, I didn't have any wine.
Yeah. I'm a wine drinker, so but I think it was because I didn't eat much that day.
I've never had wine either, but everybody talks about it. So now my next venture is wine. So I'm going to try some wines. But
Okay.
I need Mark to supply them because he's better than me.
Yeah, he did pay for all that champagne himself. Wasn't that amazing? Oh, yikes. Anyway, well, I also saw you eat seafood, and I know you do not like seafood.
And I told myself on the way out there, like, try new things, do some. I am a very regimented person. I know what I like. I very rarely have to stray, and I like a lot of things. I like a variety of things, but seafood is not on that list. And I did try it, and the salmon, is that what you're talking about? Yeah. I had shrimp salad, whatever you guys, and I ate it. So,
did you like it, or because you were very gracious about the whole thing? You did not complain. You ate it.
The salmon was delicious.
Yeah, wasn't it good?
Something I will have again or order in a restaurant, but what David did was spectacular. His sauce was amazing. It was cooked just right. There was no skin on it, which was really helpful to me.
Right.
Because I was like, how am I gonna?
How's this going to work?
How's it gonna work? And how am I gonna be polite? But it was delicious, and I loved it. Yeah.
So anyway, that was a little recap of our fun experience in California. Just a small part of it. My gosh, we could go on and on and on.
If we're going to talk about the trip, can we talk about our estate sale real quick?
Absolutely.
Because, oh my gosh. Okay, so it's Michelle's last day. It's Friday. We're all leaving on Saturday. And Wendy says, well, we can go to some estate sales Friday morning before Michelle has to go to the airport. So we went to one, and it was not great, but fine. I still got some jewelry. It was really pretty. It was a small house, and then Wendy said, oh, there's this other one at this address. And so Lynn and I hopped in David's Mercedes convertible.
We had a sweet ride, you and I.
We ride, and we start heading towards this address, and we're following Wendy, and we go through Pasadena, and then we get off, I don't remember our exit, but we start going up this hill, and I kept thinking, okay, this is beautiful. Lynn, look at this view. This is amazing. And we kept going up and up and sharp turn and round and up and round and up. And we ended up on the top of this mountain.
Yeah.
And the view was spectacular. but the houses were amazing. They were mostly Mediterranean style, I feel like. Um, and then we walked down this long driveway to the house where the estate sale is, and it was a time capsule.
It was definitely like it was stuck in the
It
50s.
was a Frank Lloyd Wright, mid-century modern.
Mhm.
I don't know if Lloyd Wright designed it, but it was that similar to that style of his era,
Yep.
of his style. Someone copied him if it wasn't his design. And so it's this beautiful, amazing front door with ironwork and wood and brick um, and we waited in line. We put our name on the list, and then we walk inside, and it was like a time capsule right back to 59, 61.
Yeah.
I don't know what year exactly it was built, but it was so fantastic. And it needed work, and it was going to be sold and completely redone, but wow.
Wow.
And then
Yeah.
hallways, the orange shag carpet, built-in furniture, it was fantastic. It was such an experience.
And all I could picture was the woman. I mean, we literally walked into somebody's life being sold.
Yes.
And I could just picture her in her little dress that she wore with her cigarette hanging out of her mouth and her little bouffant hairdo from the 50s, and her husband in a suit waiting for company to come as they had their Manhattan or something, before everybody got there.
Yes.
It was spectacular from our point of view of looking for amazing finds. It was sad to me, though, that some, I mean, her wedding dress was there. It was just every part of their
dress was late 30s, 40s, maybe, like World War II era type.
Definitely, yeah, yeah.
So I don't know who owned it, but it was a wonderful house full of memories.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And we were lucky enough to each take home a bit of their memory and
I will cherish it and take care of it and talk about the house and the experience. So
same.
It
does live on. It does live on. And I'm, the fact that we take it and we display it in our homes and care for it, as opposed to people who clearly were there just to purchase things to resell them. Yeah, a crazy experience. But yeah, you and I in our sweet little ride going up those mountains, I felt like Grace Kelly in Monaco.
It was like that. It was like,
yeah, we almost hit a car. I almost hit somebody.
I was going to say that.
Oh, well, if we're telling this story.
Yeah, but I got some amazing finds there, and so I put them out on the table, and the guy checking out, I thought, oh my gosh, this is going to be $125. And he's like, 30 for everything. I'm like, take my money. Yeah. Did you get this bag? I ended up saying, did you with this bag? And he's like, okay, 35. And I'm like, okay, I feel better.
I know he was throwing out numbers at me, and I thought this is going to be really expensive. And then he goes, 115 for all of it, and I'm like, okay,
you got really great.
You got some good stuff. Although the books, I've learned a lesson. The books that I bought were leather books, and they were in the garage. I will never buy leather books that have been stored in a garage, because as soon as they hit like warm air, they started to disintegrate.
Yeah.
So
remember when we picked them up and the wood started coming off?
Yeah. But
they're beautiful.
I have a solution, and this is probably not kosher, but again, they're going to be displayed in my house. I'm not using them for resale. I take Mod Podge and put it on my books that are falling apart like that, and it brightens them up and it keeps them from getting worse.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, it really works. was looking at some old books when I was putting out my fall um, things, and I looked at these books and thought, what can I do to keep them intact? And Mod Podge came to my head, and I did it, and they look fabulous.
You know that Jane Austen and
And Emma
from Jane Austen and
Pride and Prejudice. Pride and Prejudice, and I got about 5 Charles Dickens books. Yeah, I haven't. I mean, they're so fragile right now. I haven't even looked at the copyright date. I don't even know what I've got in my hands. Then I got an old Bible that was wrapped up in cellophane, and now I know why, because the top and the bottom were both off. But I think I can fix that too. But yeah.
They had artwork that was fantastic. And dishes and I got suede bag that was fantastic.
Amazing.
Love it. I'll carry it all the time.
Yeah, my prints are fabulous. I shipped everything home.
Yeah.
And I had 2 casualties, the glass in one of my prints, which is no big deal. I mean, Keith can bring me home a piece of glass if I decide I'm keeping them in those frames. And then one of my spode plates was chipped really bad, like really bad. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, but I mean, all in all, I did well. I did well.
Yeah. I wish I would have had a way to ship some things, because I would have gotten the dishes that Michelle and Wendy did not get. The
other set. Yeah.
the presents.
I kind of regret that now, because I had bought some that were not old, they were new, and when I got home, 2 of the plates in there were broken, and I brought them back to return them, and now I can't get them. So, yeah, but who knew? Yeah. Anyway,
a way to ship them, and we were leaving the next day, but I'll look for them now.
Yeah. So I also wanted to let everybody know how we know each other, because I'm a little hazy about it. If I'm totally honest, we talked a little bit in California about how it's actually in our podcast, special edition podcast, how there's a picture of us in Atlanta.
Yes.
And you're behind me and Michelle is behind me, and I didn't know either one of you at the time.
I didn't know either.
Yeah. Yeah, so what's your recollection of how we met?
Well, I think that when I joined Cayenne's group and there was a large group of ladies, I just kind of heard of everybody. Heard of you, I heard of Michelle, I heard of, Wendy, and I had met Diane at Haven, because I remember meeting Diane at that Haven, and Cindy, and having dinner with Cindy, but I don't remember us having any interaction together. But I always knew after that, like, who you were. And then we were in some blog hops together, and so I knew of you and your blog.
That's right. And then didn't we start our own blog hop? That's how we first got more connected.
I had invited a bunch of people to the to an event.
Our first retreat?
Our first retreat. And then I asked if I could join the Thursday night meetings. I asked you specifically, right?
Yeah. Okay. That is how I thought we connected too. I thought I came to that first retreat that you organized, and we really got to know each other.
Yes.
And then you asked me if you could join the Thursday night group, and I presented you to the crowd. We took a vote. It was unanimous, and we've never looked back.
And I think that's when I joined the Fabulous Friday, is when I came into the calls.
Okay, maybe we did. I don't think we started the Fabulous Friday until you came into the calls.
No, you were doing it before. I took someone's place who was leaving.
Okay, that could be
but I don't remember who.
Yeah.
I'm in Fabulous Friday first, and then invited everybody to the retreat.
Yeah, because there was some way we got a little bit more connected, but we really got to know each other at the retreat. And then we decided that we should have accountability buddies.
Yes.
And you and I decided that we were going to meet every Monday morning and be accountable to each other for what we do in our work. We've missed very few Mondays.
Thank you.
But I don't know how good we are at keeping.
I want to do good for you, but there are times and seasons in life when I just can't be as active as I want to be on the things, but you give me grace and you don't make me feel bad, and that's awesome. And I still, and now I'm in a season where,
Well, and we complement each other because you can get in front of a Facebook and Instagram Live and be completely at ease, but have a hard time hitting a publish button on a blog post in the privacy of your own office. I, on the other hand, can hit the publish button so easily, but I would rather die than be on an Instagram or a Facebook Live. And you've been trying to get me to do that. I've never done it. So we're both in the same boat, but we're good for each other. When we decide we're going to do something, like when we decided, the most recent thing I can think of is our content calendar. We knock it out.
Yeah.
We're good workers.
Yeah, and when I tell you, like, I'm going to have a blog post by the next Monday, I do it because I know you're going to look.
And right. And now you have a big challenge, and you put it in writing.
Which one?
The one where there's 10 weeks until Christmas.
Oh, yeah, 15 posts before Christmas.
15 posts before Christmas. So,
I have so many ideas that I never run out of ideas, and I do things from my home all the time. I think the difference between like being live and creating something that for a blog post or even a YouTube video that has to be edited, that's where, so when I'm live, I don't care about the mistakes because I can make fun of myself,
right.
make it make sense. But when I have to edit it, I feel like I'm not a super wordy person, and so my blog posts are typically like short and sweet and to the point, and that for a long time wasn't what Google wanted, I feel like. And now I feel like it's kind of back to short and sweet and talk about yourself, which is what I've always done, I made this. I remember when I first started writing blog posts, I would get a little red dot because I said the word I too much. But it's me. I'm making this. I did this. I put this here. I didn't know how to wrap my head around that. But I think that's getting better.
You're supposed to say I now.
So
it's supposed. I remember when you helped me edit a article that I had in a magazine, and one of the constructive criticism you had is I wasn't supposed to say I, is basically what you were telling me to do. And for the article, it was the best advice because it turned out beautifully.
When I read a magazine and I'm reading about someone, I want to know what you do. Who are you? What do you do? So. And I feel like blogging is getting back to that.
I think it is too. And I just listened to a podcast the other day about storytelling and keeping a story bank. We need to talk about that on Monday.
Okay.
Because I think it would be helpful for both of us to spin a tale, not a tale, just be a truth of be more vulnerable.
Yeah, that's hard.
It is hard. It is hard, but I think that's what people are looking for is connection and authenticity in this world. And I think both you and I are people who like to connect with people.
I do,
and be authentic. And I will say that yours is a very true and authentic friendship to me, and I appreciate that so much.
I feel the same. You're welcome.
Well, I was going to talk to you about something else, but we've talked a lot about how we met, our fun trip in California. So I'm going to save what I want to talk about for our next episode.
Okay.
And all I will say about it is that we have an excuse for all of our problems because we were both women who gave birth at an advanced maternal age.
What is it? When you're pregnant and you're older?
Advanced maternal age is what. Yeah, I think there's other word like geriatric something or other. Yeah, and it's all over your charts.
Yeah,
like everybody sees it, and they're you're like,
I guarantee you, nobody was as nice to me at 17 as they were when I was 40.
Yeah, well, and both of us have older boys, and my youngest is not nearly as young as yours, but you're the baby of the crowd. I'm the mama bear of our group. So, but we both went through the same thing, having babies in our 40s. And we're going to talk about that next week. So,
for sure.
For sure.
Story.
Well, and I think more and more women are waiting to have kids. For us, it was an anomaly. I mean, everybody, including the cleaning lady, was watching me do this like it was a miracle. The second coming. For sure.
Like,
wow.
Yeah.
And I didn't care. I mean, I didn't even notice. Keith told me later. I was like just trying to get that baby out into this world.
Yeah.
So anyway. Well, it was fun chatting with you, and we'll do this again next week. I can't wait to talk to you about the subject.
Okay.
I'm
excited. I'll be here.
Well, cheers to your love for champagne. I might have to figure out a wine of the month club or something I can send you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we can talk about that in the next episode too, because I have questions.
Oh, good. Okay.
Wine thing.
Yeah. I like my wine. I don't drink very much anymore, but I do like a nice glass of cold white wine. We'll just say bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Two Porches and a Pour. If you enjoyed today's show, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and leave us a review. It really helps other listeners find us. You can find show notes, links, and resources from today's episode at twoporchesandapour.com. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so reach out to us on social media. We're at Two Porches and a Pour on Instagram.